Anthropic's Claude grabbed the top spot in the App Store after Trump's ban. The U.S. reportedly used Anthropic's AI for its attack on Iran just after banning it. And Lenovo's robot concept can help you digitally sign documents and probably annoy your coworkers. It's Monday, March 2nd, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. Well, Anthropic may have lost out on doing business with the U.S. government, but it's gained enough popularity to earn the #1 spot on the App Store's top free apps leaderboard. At the top, Claude beat out both ChatGPT and Google Gemini, which respectively sit at the second and third spots on Apple's free apps charts. The sudden surge in user downloads is not random. It followed news that President Trump had barred any federal agency from using Anthropic's Claude or other AI tools after the AI company refused to concede on certain guardrails. After declining to have its AI models be used for mass domestic surveillance and fully autonomous weapons, Anthropic was also threatened with a supply chain risk labeled by the Department of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The very public spat led to a wave of user support that finally allowed Claude to dethrone OpenAI's ChatGPT on the App Store as the most downloaded free app. While OpenAI did step into Anthropic's shoes after agreeing to a deal with the Department of Defense, the CEO still offered up some thoughts about the debacle during an Ask Me Anything on X. Even though Claude is a competing model, Sam Altman said that Anthropic's supply chain risk designation was a very bad decision that he's hoping gets reversed. On top of that, OpenAI's CEO called Anthropic's blacklisting an extremely scary precedent. But he's still hopeful for a much better resolution. Well, following up on that news, in a lengthy post on Truth Social on Friday, President Trump ordered all federal agencies to immediately cease all use of Anthropic's technology. And then, a few hours later, the U.S. conducted a major air attack on Iran with the help of Anthropic's AI tools. That's according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. The president noted in his post that there would be a 6-month phase-out period for agencies like the Department of Defense who are using Anthropic's products, so federal agencies are still expected to eventually move away from using Claude or other Anthropic tech. It's also not the first time that the U.S. used Anthropic's AI for a major military operation, as the Wall Street Journal previously reported that Claude was used in the capture of the now-removed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Moving forward, the Department of Defense may begin transitioning towards other AI options, especially after reaching deals with both xAI and OpenAI to use their models within the federal agency's network. However, the Wall Street Journal reported that it would take months to replace Anthropic's Claude with other AI models. Well, Lenovo can make a robot too. Alongside proof-of-concept foldable gaming PCs and modular laptops, it introduced the AI Workmate Concept at MWC 2026 with its own Intel Core Ultra processor, 64 gigabytes of memory, and its own Pico projector. It's an AI-laced workmate meant to streamline office tasks and collaboration. And it has an LCD face. For now, it's a proof of concept, musing on how to integrate voice commands and LLMs into workplace settings. It's meant to sit on your desk, but also preferably near a wall. Voice commands aside, the concept bot supports writing, voice, and gestures with on-device AI processing. While it can answer the usual voice assistant questions, it can also scan and summarize documents, both digitally and physically, and even assist with creating a PowerPoint presentation, though you might want to check its work. During a demo, it showed the bot's eyes and facial expressions. It will sip a cup of coffee as it listens, with a mustache, cup a floating hand to the side of its face when it needs you to repeat a command, or twinkle when it's processing more complicated tasks, like that fictional PowerPoint presentation. With its articulated head, which houses the projector, cameras, and LCD face, you can ask it to project images or documents on either the desk in front of it or on a wall nearby. Now, no need to flip around your monitor or laptop to share with colleagues. In one example, a spokesperson asked for a postcard. The workmate then projected a Lenovo branded image of Barcelona onto the desk. The rep laid paper down, then signed the postcard and got the robot to scan it with two downward-facing 5-megapixel cameras, and then to send the file to a nearby printer. Now, in theory, this sort of flow could transition to document signing or adding notation to images and files. But one caveat here is whether those of us who work in offices want the extra workplace noise of a chatty robot and the person barking orders at it. Lenovo says this concept, and it has a few at MWC, is meant to demonstrate the company's exploration of spatial and physical AI experiences that integrate seamlessly into professional environments. Hopefully, further evolutions offer a text-based way to make using it a little less noisy. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Jackson Chen and Matt Smith, and it was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.